The Lincoln Sports Zone, named Best High School Program in the United States by the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences.
And you're in the zone.
Good morning, Lincoln. I'm Taylor Braun.
And I'm Keegan Billingham.
So, Keegan, how about that game last Friday?
That was one of the best games of the year, I think, for our offense and defense. The first half had me worried a little bit, but I feel like if we come out with that second half team, I think we have a chance to beat anybody. And I think if we're willing to put our heads down and work for the remainder of the playoffs, I think we can make a run at it. And tonight is really the big game. 22 degrees. It's what it's all about. Just hard-nosed football, and I'm excited to see it. So yeah, football is going great here.
Yeah, awesome. All right, but first we start with today's main event, and it's something that just happened in the past 24 hours.
The Lincoln Sports Zone was nominated for Best Sports Program in the National Student Production Awards from the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, and the results were announced yesterday.
The envelope, please.
The Student Production Award for Sports Program goes to...
Congrats again to all my classmates from last year's sports broadcasting classes.
Also, Lincoln Live won the National Award for Best Newscast, and Class of 22 grad Audrey Paquette won for Best Video Essay.
The 3 national wins ties a school from California for most of any school in the country.
Awesome. Now on to our football. Our football team will play in the regional championship tonight, thanks to their 38-14 win over Pickerington Central Friday in the regional semifinals.
And our Jillian Sanders has the highlights.
Things looked upside down for the Lions early. In the second meeting this year between Gahanna Lincoln and Pick Central. This time, a spot in the regional finals was on the line. Opening drive, the Lions D comes to play. Eli King and Isaac Perkins combine for the stop, and the Tigers are forced to punt. Then on third down, Gabe Bushelman sniffs out the sweep, and the Tigers are forced to punt. But the Lions give the ball right back. On the very next play, Dior Hubbard coughs up the ball, and the Tigers are in business in Lions territory. Pick Central at the 1, and Terrence Alexander punches it in for the touchdown, and the 7-0 Tigers lead. The Lions respond. Quarterback Brendan Ward looks right and hits Braden Sanders on the slant, and Sanders is off to the races. Sanders goes 54 yards for the touchdown to tie the game at 7. The Tigers try and cross up the Lions D. QB Braden Mantooth shifts to under center. The Tigers try and jet sweep, but Kamari Burns says not in my neighborhood and stuffs the run for a 3-yard loss. Next possession for Lincoln, the punt snap bounces to Dylan Scott, who tries to run and passes to Eddie Blunt, who gets tackled in the backfield, and the Tigers are set up at the Gahanna 20. On 3rd and goal, with under 30 seconds to play in the half, Mantooth takes it himself and crosses the goal line. Pick Central up 14-7 at half. While the band performed at halftime, it's safe to say that Coach Ward had a few words of encouragement for his team, and they definitely listened. Third quarter, 2nd and 9 at the Tigers 25, and Ward goes up top to Ty Staples for the 32-yard gain to the Pick Central 13. Then Ward with the pump fake, Staples with the double move, and the Lions tie the game 14-14. Following a Tigers punt, Hubbard gets going, This 31-yard run sets up the Lions at the Pick Central 22. After a run and a sack, Lions facing 3rd down and 21 from the 22. Hubbard runs a wheel route from the backfield, and Ward hits him in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. And the Lions take the 21-14 lead. And the defense gets pumped up again. Jaden Yates and Burns combine for the sack. The Tigers have to punt to end the 3rd quarter. Now to the 4th, in the Lions' second play, Ward hits Ty Staples on the slant, and Staples turns on the Jets. 66 yards to the end zone, and the Lions begin to pull away 28-14. The Lions add a field goal to extend their lead 31-14. And the defense slams the door. The Lions combine for 7 QB sacks. Gahanna adds another touchdown from Damian Jones, and the Lions win 38-14 to advance to the regional finals.
We started off rough in the first half, and we had a speech at halftime. We knew this was going to be our last game. If we didn't want to be our last game, we'd put all in the second half, and that's what we did. We didn't want to be done. It was simple as that. We didn't want to be done, and we just fought hard and see the score.
We knew the product we was capable of putting on the field, so we just really had to kind of go in there, really dig deep, have some talks, and we kind of came out and we realized it was win or go home, it was all or nothing. So we put everything we had on the field. They ain't scored, we did. So we businessmen kind of get things done. We knew we were the better team, so we just had to come out and prove it.
Now let's go inside the numbers. The Lions completely dominated the final 30 minutes of the game. They outscored the Tigers 31-0 after halftime. In all, the Lions outweighed the Tigers at a whopping 368 to just 126, and the Lion defense battered the Pick Central quarterback with 7 sacks. Offensively, Ty Staples had the best game of his career with 4 catches for 120 yards and 2 touchdowns.
The Lions will play New Albany in the regional finals tonight. The game will be played at the Old Crew Stadium at 7 o'clock. The Lions faced off against the Eagles in Week 7 of the regular season. They defeated them 38-24. The winner of tonight's game will play the winner of Lakewood St. Ed's and Mentor next Friday at Arlen Field in Mansfield. But the focus here is on tonight's game, and the Eagles and the Lions are looking forward to doing it again.
Planning on, smacking them once again, stopping their run, and they start passing, we basically win the game, so I'm looking forward to it.
I probably to pass the ball a lot, so we worked on some of our pass coverages, and for Gahanna, we'll probably have to focus more on stopping the run.
We've already played them, we know what to expect really, so it's just preparation, key to detail.
We're trying to go above the physicality. We're trying to do basically the same game plan we had last time, just dominate physically, mentally. It's a psychological game, so we're like brothers, honestly, and we see each other, we know each other, so it's a hard-nosed fought rivalry.
Good luck, guys. Speaking of football, this team has been making history.
That's right. They've done something no Gahanna team has done since 1976.
Not only are they heading into regional finals, they won the outright OCC championship for the first time since 1988.
History is definitely being made, and our Jillian Sanders wanted to know more about this season and why this year has been so special.
Here she.
The Gahanna football team is making history. They're doing something no Gahanna team has done since 1976. But how have they made this year different from the rest?
Maybe people will tell you differently, but I don't think we've prepared any differently than we have the past 3 years that we've been here. We've always worked hard during the summer and put our head down and worked. I just think that our goal setting was better this year. We knew we had talent, and we knew we had the capabilities of doing great things.
I think we just all came together, we sat down, we noticed we had a lot of talent coming into this year. We had a talk with, the coaching staff and things that we wanted to do this year, and it came together well.
Coming into the season with a different mindset and different goals at place was the key to such a successful season.
In the offseason, we came into the season with a goal, and we kind of stuck with that. We wanted to win OCC champs, which is what we did, and then regional chances we have a chance to do this week. The main goal was to win the OCC championship. something that hasn't been done in 21 years. If you win the OCC championship, then you're primed for a playoff run, and I think it's just kind of a hump that we haven't been able to get over in a long time. So it was satisfying to know that we can do that, and I think it gave us a lot of confidence and showed us that we could really make something of this.
This team is one that Gahanna will always remember. But how are the players reacting to this huge accomplishment?
I don't think it really hit anybody yet, to be honest, but it does feel good, just being this successful, bringing the community together and, keeping the pride in Gahanna.
It's actually insane, cause I dream about this when I was a little kid, playing with Dylan and all those other guys in 6th grade. It's actually crazy that we've actually achieved our goals, and my dream is, came true.
It feels great just to know that we just marked our place in history, and then it's just us and this group of guys, and we're not satisfied with what we've done yet, but it's been great doing what we've done.
With the success of this season, it also comes with the pressures of performing at such a high level.
But knowing the past years, people weren't, really expecting us to do well, so just being the underdogs all year kind of relieved some of the pressure we had going into the season.
And there's been, a big media following and, people, criticizing you, but people also telling you that you're great. But I think we've done a good job of having tunnel vision and just not letting people tear you down, but not letting them hype you up either, just staying true to your core roots.
With the pressure of this season, it helps to have a good support system, and the football team has one of the best connections.
Definitely. A lot of people on the team play Little League together, and, we've been playing together since 7th grade, and I think it just gelled together. We all have a common goal, so this senior year, we've been working hard, and it's became special.
We're all Gahanna kids, and we grew up together, and we grew up as friends, and I really do feel like these guys are my brothers. I mean, I've seen them every day except Sundays for the past 6 months. I mean, and hopefully that shows on the field to everyone watching that we play for one another, and we trust that our guys going to do their job.
And this team hopes to continue on their road to states. We wish them nothing but the best of luck tonight against New Albany. This is Jillian Sanders in The Zone.
Thanks, Jillian. As our fall season is wrapping up for our athletes, there was an important day for some of our athletes. The National Fall Signing Day was on November 9th, and we had 12 of our athletes sign their letter of intent. Our Brandon Carpico was there signing and covering this special day. Here he is.
November 9th, 2022, National Signing Day for athletes all across the country, and for a special group at Gahanna, a day dreams came true.
The big thing that stuck out to me is how at home I felt. Dayton to me just felt not big enough to be overwhelming, but not small enough to feel like a high school. So it just felt at home, felt right to me.
I'm excited to be a part of a family and a community that's just so tight and so close to, anything involved. So, the community down there is really involved with the school and the athletics. The athletics are really involved with each other. So it's just a great environment to be in.
While the end of the road is filled with excitement, the recruitment process provides stress.
The hardest part about making my decision was probably saying goodbye to all the other coaches that I've talked to in the past and all my other schools, just because I've just built such a great connection with everyone. There's just all such amazing people, and it was hard to let that go.
There were a lot of good qualities of the other schools, and I really liked the other coaches, and the facilities were really hard to choose from, and it ultimately just came down to how I felt.
Through the tough recruitment process, every athlete needed a strong support system to help them succeed.
I would say my mom was the most influential on my decision because she's always been there for me, and so my other two options were out of state.
The most influential person for me was definitely my family, my coaches, and my friends. They all had such a big role in deciding what school I thought was going to be best for me and making sure the decision was right.
My coach, Jordan Rispris, was the most influential person in deciding where I'm going to go, just because he went through the recruiting process as well too, and he could kind of see things that I didn't see, some flaws in the system.
Definitely my family. They didn't persuade me in any way, but they were there to support me along the whole way, and they were just very helpful through the very long process that it took to make a decision.
It comes to no surprise, the athletes are extremely excited for what comes next.
And my education is to me in order to pick Dayton because it is a prestigious school for academics. So just knowing that I can go to Dayton and do well made me believe in myself.
While their time at Gahanna will soon be over, we can't wait to see what comes next for all of these athletes. This is Brandon Carpico in the Zone.
Thanks, Brandon, and congrats to our athletes.
As our fall season is coming to an end, our winter sports athletes are ready for their seasons.
One of those teams is our boys basketball team.
Our boys basketball team last year had 7 seniors who helped carry this team to its success.
Losing that many seniors can be hard on a team, but the boys have been putting in the work during the offseason.
That's right, and our Mia Sammons has all the insight on just how they plan on succeeding this season.
Here's Mia.
The boys basketball team is looking to come back strong this year after a very successful 2021-2022 season.
We graduated 7 seniors from last year, just a very dedicated group. They brought a lot of maturity, a strong work ethic, unselfishness, and just a commitment to be great. And, we're going to miss that group, but in high school, you get seniors that move on and you have a new class come in. So we're excited for the new guys coming in and the young guys coming in to continue what this group left off with.
Even after the loss of a great senior class, the whole team feels confident in their abilities and they know what they need to focus on this year to be great.
Right now what we're working on in practice is we're working on our plays and offense and starting to start our press breaks and all that. And we're just looking forward to the season to prepare us to get our W's.
The young guys, they bring a lot of energy. Some of the older guys, us, me and Mo, we can be a little bit more reserved, a little more quiet. Younger guys are a bit more outgoing. They're new to this, so and they got a lot of athleticism, young legs. So yeah, they bring a lot of energy.
I feel like our teamwork and chemistry is really good. And when we play really fast together, everything just comes together and we score a lot of points.
Although the boys varsity basketball team lost a big chunk of their team coming into this season, a senior, Brandon Ivory, came back to fill the void.
Last year for my junior season, I had moved to California to play for a year, but I had really missed my family and my friends and my coaches, so I thought it was best if I decided to come home.
Brandon's done a very good job, he knows several of the guys from his time here before, but he's slowly acclimating to the team, getting to know everybody. Some of the things that we've done a couple years ago, he still remembers, but he is playing the role of catch-up right now, trying to catch up on some of the things that we're doing, but he's going to be a big asset, and the guys really like him being part of the team.
This year, what I can bring to the team and to the program is leadership with being a senior and with going here in middle school and my sophomore year. What can I can add to the team on the court is just defense.
Strong senior leadership is important to support any team. However, no team can function without equally as strong younger athletes who are willing to fill positions with confidence.
To me, it's a lot of pressure and everything, but I'm looking forward to it because what they left behind was very big. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm ready for the season.
There's no doubt that this team has the work ethic and skill to get the job done this year. This is Mia Sammons in the Zone.
Thanks, Mia. Moving on to our girls basketball team, the girls are looking to start off their season with a win as they will face Solon on Sunday at 11:30. They return 4 out of 5 starters from the team that won the OCC title last year. Those key players being Emily Marzetts, Alea Younger, Clark Jackson, and Layla Marshall. And this year's team is confident they can make some noise. They face a tough opponent in the opening game this Sunday. So Keegan went out to talk to Coach Bailey and Emily on how big this first game is. Here they are.
This first game is very key. It's extremely important that we win this first game because it's going to set the tone for the rest of the season.
For us to get these wins really early in the season, it's very important because it has to show other teams that we are just as good as we were last year, even though we lost Kaya, and it'll really allow us to get experience together and really gel as a team as a whole. So these first few games are very big for us.
Thanks, girls. Moving on to wrestling. As we get closer to winter, the boys get closer to hitting the mats. and Gehenna is eager to see how one wrestler in particular will do this season. Last year, Javon Lewis made a run in the state tournament as only a sophomore. As junior season approaches, I wanted to check in. So here's 1 minute with Javon Lewis.
Thanks, guys. I'm here joined with star wrestler Javon Lewis. Javon, can you tell me what you've been doing to prepare for your upcoming season?
Cutting weight early, lifting weights, been in the wrestling room 3-4 times a week, just staying in shape.
Can you talk to me a little bit about how football and wrestling, how you keep them separate, but how they still play together in some role?
I mean, sports like that, everything kind of fits together somewhere or another. I try and keep football with football, wrestling with wrestling, but sometimes I do overlap. But right now it's football season, trying to stay in shape, stay in tune to football, but wrestling's right around the corner, so just getting ready.
If you could change anything about last season to make it like this season and make it better, what would it be?
Know my limits, be more coachable, not so much of a hothead, be more calm, more respectful.
And what are you doing to achieve those goals?
I've been taking a look at myself, look at my stats. I'm really not all that, so I kind of fixed my attitude this season. But I'm ready for this year, see what I can do.
All right, Javon, well, we're excited to see what you can do this season, but I'm going to send it back to the news desk.
Thanks, Javon. We have one of our bowling stars in the studio with us today.
You're right. Good morning, Delaney.
Good morning, guys. I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic. What other sports news do you have for us today?
Well, our hockey team here at Lincoln is overcoming adversity as well. They lost a total of 12 seniors and their starting goalkeeper, Deke Travers. The team is looking forward to the season with 9 returning lettermen, with none of them being seniors. The team will be very dependent on the younger guys. We caught up with Nate Highland and Brecken Parsons after their scrimmage versus Columbus Academy on Sunday, where they won by a staggering of 16-3. Here they are.
This is a big win for us today. We play this team again on Friday. It's our home opener. We won like 16-3 or something, but we did play a bit selfish, which we can't have leading into the rest of the season. But it's a big win, end of the preseason, to get us going for the regular season. We want to win the Blue Division again. We were past Blue Divisions last year, winners, and so we just want to do it again and keep playing.
This is a big win for us, and I'm excited for the win. So, taking this into the season is going to help us motivate, especially Friday when we had to rematch them. And, we have a lot of tough games this year, so, this is going to help us win those. It was a tough game overall because we try to fight it. We try to learn how to play with each other, so it's still preseason, but I think this game helped us bring our team chemistry together and help us, with learning passes and, communication, because we're a brand new team. We have a lot of new kids, so the chemistry definitely went up for this game.
Thanks, guys, and good luck this season. Well, that's all the information I have for you guys. Back to my favorite swimmer and golfer at the sports desk.
Thanks, Delaney. Now let's take a dive into the pool and take a look at the girls and boys swimming.
Last year, both teams were 7-1 in dual meets and also graduated a handful of seniors.
The girls finished 3rd at districts and 5th at states, while also taking the state title in the 200 medley relay, and ending the season with 8 new school records.
Now the expectation is always to win the OCCs and qualify for as many individuals and relays to districts and the state meet. We caught up with Campbell Payton on how they plan to do that.
I would say for the girls team this season, the overall goal would just be personal growth and growth as a team. Whether that means making it to OCCs, sectionals, district states, maybe just improving your best times. I want to have fun with the girls team. I want everyone to have fun overall as a team and just make relationships.
As for the boys, they finished 19th at districts last year, and for the first time since 2021, they hope to qualify individuals and relay to the state meet. We talked to Eli Riegler about the plan for the season.
I would say the goal for the 2022-2023 boys team is probably to just improve everyone overall and try and get a relay or a few relays or even single people to states this year, because we didn't have any last year, and just have fun the whole season and just everyone improve and just do great.
Thanks, Eli. Now on to girls bowling. The girls bowling team is getting ready for their tournament at HP Lanes on Saturday. The girls bowling team is on a 99-match winning streak dating back to 2015. The Lady Lions were back-to-back state champs in 2020 and 2021. They struggled at states last year but won 5 tournaments, which is the most wins in one season. We talked to Casey Burns about how the team is feeling going into their first tournament.
So this season we have a really young roster. We had, I think, like 5 girls graduate this year. So
So there's a lot of new incoming freshmen. We're working really hard with them, making sure they understand what it means to be a part of this team. We are going on quite a few years of being undefeated, so we need them to work hard so we can keep that going. I'm feeling really good about it. I think they work very hard. We all work really well together as a team, and I think we're going to be good.
Now on to boys bowling. The team this year has 7 bowlers returning with no seniors on the team. The boys team this year is relatively young with juniors Sam Coman and Jakai Agnew and co-captaining the boys team. The boys last year finished with a record of 9-3 and they are looking to improve their record this season. We talked to Darius Allen about what the team is looking like and his thoughts on the upcoming season.
I think we're doing pretty good so far. We've had some good practices. We have a few more before the first tournament on Saturday, but I think we're doing pretty good. My new thoughts, we have a really young roster this year. We lost a lot of people last year, but we still have a really good roster, and I have high hopes for this season.
Thanks, guys. Switching over to our indoor track and field teams. The girls' track team once again dominates the state indoor meets every year and has almost every event with a top runner in the state, with Ayanna Stafford placing 7th in the 60-meter dash with a time of 7.78 seconds. Amirin Chilton and Keena
placed 3rd. This year we're hoping to get 1st and then win the overall state indoor title.
I want to place top 3 in the 60 and the 200 meter, and I want to defend our state title in the 4x2 this year.
Thanks, girls. Switching over to the boys. They have high hopes for the indoor season. Coming off of a state title in the 4x2, but consisting of Drew Pizzico, Tristan Cook-Fisher, Makai Shahid, and Maxwell Cummings, with a time of 1 minute, 27 seconds. Not only winning in individual events, but winning a team title is their goal for this indoor season. We caught up with 2 members of the team to see how exactly they are going to do that.
We're ready for that state championship. We were there my sophomore year, we were there my junior year, and it's time. You know, we've gotten second 4 times now in our relay event, and I think we're all seniors now, so I think it's time that we're ready to get over the hump, and I think we're going to do it.
I'm looking forward to this season because I know everybody's been working hard coming out of last season into this season, especially with a lot of returners coming back from last season. We're just hoping to win a state title this year.
Thanks, guys. Well, Lincoln, that's a look ahead to the winter sports season.
And we hope to see everyone at the football game tonight.
We will see you next time, Lincoln. Go
Lions!